Okay. So anyway, we talked about the potential, right, to move down, where that would likely happen. So now I want to talk about where we want to go from here. So we got our bounce off of cost basis. We broke out from where sellers control the price. So now we know that if we go back under that mark, that we would be looking for potential downtrend. And we've talked about the potential for this not working out, right? We've got 1, 2. There is the potential that we don't see a recovery, right? And we're going to talk about how that, where that would happen. And right now, I think tomorrow, moving up into that 270, 250, we should be at 274.50. And that is where I'm looking for Tesla to essentially gap up, right? I would prefer to see Tesla gap up right here, right around 272, right? The cost basis being right here above you at 274.30, and that 274.30 will propel you into 278.60, and we'll see a nice little juicy run. Let me zoom back out just in case you guys see shit. So anyway, I really like Tesla tomorrow. I like Tesla. It's moving really, really well. It's coming off of earnings, nice volatility. Contracts are a little sticky, but I'm still a fan. So right now we in pre-market. We are currently, we've already tapped resistance. We're back at cost basis, but again, we shall see where we open up. Again, above that 270, 230 would be great. Just to update you guys on NIO, if you swung NIO, this one was another beautiful cost basis special. If you want to throw a little trend line on there to make it spicy, that is perfectly acceptable. That is where we were rocking, came out of that controlled downtrend, beautiful accumulation, rejected cost basis, came back down, made a slight new low, and then this morning, right, so it's something that you can reflect on, is you gapped up. And you gapped up to where buyers like the price. Then you broke cost basis, you came back down, and we know that if you break cost basis, you're going to your next high, right? But this time, you're coming off of 1, 2, 3, correct? Cost basis break at 10.95. Why is this thing all fucked up? I don't know when the market's gonna pull back, my guy. I don't worry about it. I just keep trading. Why does this feel like it's so blurry? I feel like I need to widen it just a little bit. There we go. 1 second. Okay. All right. So anyway, that was a beautiful punchback. I'm gonna put that in the recorded punchback section of the Discord. We just quite simply, once we broke this cost basis, it was inevitable that we would move up here. There is actually another kind of smaller cost basis at 1084. Not really super concerned with that one. More focused on this one. That's that $11 mark that gave us our punchback. And then of course, on a higher time frame, right? We've been waiting for this anyway because we came back down to our support. Do you have a you ever buy and hold long term? Yes. Do I have a course on PBS on YouTube? No. I am I do have, yes, I do have basic videos, yes, going over exactly what I'm looking for. In my Discord I have a little bit of that as well. Although I just shut down the education system, our section. I'm shutting it down completely because we're basically, the whole workshop that I'm doing is just going to get transferred into the education section, and I want people to be learning from that. But I'm building one right now. We're going to be doing a probably like a 5-week workshop on everything that I do. So anyway, NIO came back down to support. Beautiful punchback, beautiful run to the upside. I do expect for this one to possibly hit 1250 tomorrow, which if we go out to the weekly, this would be preferred. 1250 is basically, yeah, right here, which I will say that 1225 and 1230 are two areas that we can watch for. The goal for the week, though, is to just quite simply hold 1124. We gotta close above it. daily time frame, we are again kind of at a secondary wall here. Opening up above that, we have another. This is our cost basis break. You can expect another pretty solid rip from NIO above this cost basis, and I'll show you guys really quickly. It's basically right here. Your sellers control here, your buyers control right here, and your cost basis is going to be right about there, and that's $13.05. I'd love to see a break above that. $12.85, $13, and then we have a gap on NIO at $15 even. That's where I'd like to take that mother. Why does this camera keep moving? All right. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Sorry if I'm missing. If I don't respond to what you guys are saying, you just repeat the comment. All right, cool. So that's about it. Pfizer, actually, really quickly, I don't really need to update you guys too much on this one. We do have a very small little wall that it at 37.68 that we're kind of gonna need to get above. Everything is all well, everything is good. I am just looking for Pfizer to either A, accumulate, and right now I am totally okay with a retest of almost our entry. But I will say that it would be preferred if we didn't close a candle below or really into 37.50 or 37.40, excuse me, and then especially 37.28. That's gonna be kind of like the all right, maybe we hedge area. But we still have a gap to fill all the way to $38. That is still the intermediate target for the overall journey that could be Pfizer running into, of course, like $47, $48. And guys, it either works or it doesn't for me. You know, at any point in time, you guys are more than welcome to take profit. But right now we are dealing with this lower time frame downtrend that I believe will be broken if we get above $39. And that's it from me. I don't trade on Twitch very often, man. I'm kind of withdrawing from social media a little bit. We're gonna be doing some changes. I might be taking my stuff in a different direction, like making a fund type direction, but I'm still weighing my options, going through some of the red tape, and yeah, that's kind of what I'm dealing with at the moment. But I've kind of just withdrawn a little bit. Guys, right here, that 39 level that I'm calling right here, that is a cost basis within this little structure there. I would love to see that broken. All right, that's it for me. If you guys have any requests, I'm just gonna go. What is my TP on Pfizer? My take profit target on Pfizer right now is at the moment is all the way at 46.30 with runners moving into. Hold on. Yeah, with yeah, I like 49 and $50 for Pfizer. There's a gap to fill at $47, and that is going to be, yeah, that is a target for me for sure. And then above $44 and $45, I'm probably going to be adding for that last final push on Pfizer. So, all right, sorry, I did join you on November calls. Cool. All right, go ahead and drop those requests. I will take those now. Cave Bear. I love your chart. It looks really, really good. Absolutely phenomenal. Children. What are you talking about? All right. So David wants me to chart ass. Very good. All right, so the first one I just saw was ENPH. I believe I already have analysis on this one, so this one shouldn't be too tough. And I can kind of break this down for you. There we go, and we're gonna bring it around town. So if you guys want to go ahead and hold your request, get ready to type out whatever the next one is. I'm just gonna go down the line. If you are in my Discord, though, go ahead and drop that in Potter chat. And I'll try to get to your request. You guys are always priority. So, okay. So let's go ahead and look at this from the weekly down. I did talk about the wall above you. I can quite simply, yeah, 187.80 is going to be numero uno, must get into, must close or open a weekly candle in. And then when you look left, right, we like to identify where do sellers control the price, right? Where do they drag price down? And a lot of that times it's 177.66 and basically psychological 175, right? And so when we look, we see, and this is why I tell you all that I don't really give a shit about candle names and what they imply because they give me biased. We don't do that, right? Hold on one second. So here's what I say. This week is not done, obviously. It's Monday. So I would be looking to maintain 175, kind of even. Moving down to the daily, right? We have a rejection, right? And we also have trend. We are sitting at the floor. I do think there is a possibility to go down maybe one more time. I think that the chart kind of speaks to potentially moving into that mark, especially that you've fallen back into where sellers control the price and you are underneath cost basis. So I would suspect, in retrospect to the box, that new low is likely to be 172.74 first. And then ultimately, if you do, and we know what that's going to take, right, is there's going to be a cost basis right there. I would be looking for E in PH to likely drop underneath or under 175 into 172.50. I'm going to mark it. So that's the 50% mark. And then you would want to break or open under 169 and bounce off of what you is likely going to be cost, or what is cost basis, excuse me. And then obviously timing wise, this is where we go down to the 4 hour and see if we can find something along these lines, right? Where we have, okay, so I'm going to do this two different ways. We do have that downtrend, right? So I'm not going to ignore that, but I do want to see, right, from our lows when we start making higher highs, that's a lower, our higher low, excuse me, and see if I can find or establish trend. Because we know that if you're moving to the upside, we're not using trend lines, right? Okay, I've got it. All right, so that's trend one. We're going to stack the deviation. That's trend two. So at the moment, I can confidently say underneath 175, yeah, you're probably gonna end up 175 and yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and say that you are moving to the downside, and you're going to go ahead and be paying attention to trend control here, which means that there is the possibility that you go fill that gap. And 186.55 would be where I'd want to either reject, and hey, you could break from there. And then again to the downside, looks like you're kind of in the middle. I'm gonna move down to the hourly. Let's see if this is a little bit. Oh, you know what? I just gave you all of that analysis without after hours. Blind as a bat. Blind as a bat. Hold on one second. I'm gonna fucking redo that. Because if I don't have after hours, it's fucking boo-boo. Alright. Solid, solid, solid. We like everything. You're sitting on basically your cost basis. Got that. Make sure our floor is also solid. Hold on, let me look left. Now that we're in after hours. Okay, it looks like the candle actually opens. Interesting. Okay, so we are a little bit off. And that's because we have a stacked. Okay, we got this. Yeah, we got this, y'all. Okay, and now I see where cost basis is. Cost basis is actually here. Beautiful. Holy fuck. Alright, so now I feel good about this. You did, and I do suspect that as long as you stay below 179.78, as you can see here, you're more than likely going to make a rejection. It is entirely possible that you go and you reject 183.21. That has to be broken. or you're not even going to get whatever little bit of gap fill you have left. So it is possible, again, right? 180, retest, 182.21. If that is broken, you can possibly expect a move. I would actually be expecting a move into a new high, maybe 200. But at the moment, sellers control the price. So yeah, it's a it looks like you're gonna end up dropping down into 169.61. Yeah, if you guys are on here, if you guys don't mind tapping your screen. What do I think for MMM earnings tomorrow? You know, I actually thought it might be a cheap risk to reward. The only, thing that I would argue is, maybe. Hold on. So we are at resistance, and this would imply a massive drop. But honestly, I think that I could go look right now and see what these options look like. Hold on. So let's do MMM, and what is that, tomorrow morning, Chris? What's up, Born J? I got a call. Cool. I did talk about Tesla. I will guys, if honestly, if you would all just comment whatever your request is in the Discord and the Potter chat, that would be sick. That way I can just do it in chronological order. The link is in my bio if you've never been in the Discord. All right, so let's look at the option strikes. I'm gonna look at the possibility, right, of taking that earnings trade and running it up. The first target, and this is on the weekly. I would almost want to look at the monthly. Okay, the monthly's coming off of that rebound, so I would suspect that a gap up to 111 would just at minimum be what you would need. And then let's go back down to the weekly. Okay, so whoo, boy, 4 hour, or excuse me, daily. I'm gonna go back to the daily. All right, so cost basis, we've got multitude of them. You're right here. It is literally either going to be a small gap down and then possibly a little bit more chop, and I still see potential upside for this stock. You haven't gone and made a new high. If tomorrow, I don't know, is it you took when is this? Is this tomorrow morning? Let me see. It is, yes, tomorrow morning. Fuck. Okay, well then no earnings trade on that one. But I missed that one. I say if earnings go well, you should find yourself around 125. At minimum, right? In order to be bullish, right? I'm going to mark out where the bullish marks are and where you want to be, right? So right now, I mean, and honestly, you might see a fucking monumental rip out of this thing. But what I see is 120, 150. And then looking at that lower time frame, right? This is small accumulation. So I think for MMM, you're going to want to get above 125. If you see that the box up there, so this structure right here, there's going to be a cost basis there, right here, and that's 125.75. I think getting up or even above that would just imply that you're going to move into the 147 area. 117, that's it. Nah, I say a little bit more than that. I mean, I don't know what the earnings are going to be, so. All right, next one is Disney, and then we're going to do Oracle. Oh, damn. Ash, that's what's up, dude. Y'all give Ash a big thank you. She just took all of your guys' requests for me. What is this free nitro stuff? I don't know. I don't know. Did you get free nitro? All right, so I really can't tell you much here on the weekly that I haven't already told you before, but I can tell you that you're playing with fucking fire. Hold on, let's see. Wall is there. Okay, you just went and rejected the area of consolidation above you. So now we're going to be looking at where's the floor there, and then the cost basis within that mark. It's $87, and you closed below that. But yeah, Disney might be about to go into the shit house. All right, so maybe a gap down here. So this is the box. Okay. Okay, so you did manage to barely close at cost basis, like literally, and okay, I can go to down to the hourly and kind of verify that. Okay, so sellers. Okay, you got like a double cost basis thing here. Not so good. Disney needs to gap up above 86.85. Otherwise, you could be looking at a gap down, bounce, gap fill, and then a move down. I would be looking for 85. Hold on, 85.80. On oh my god. Damn, how long was I gone? No, I'm alive. Thank you. I appreciate that, Ben. Yeah, so let's see. The real wall is right there on Disney. So that's basically where sellers, right? We dip underneath that. And part of me wants to include that in the box, but there's just not enough points of contact at the same point of contact. So we can drop a cost basis here. That's going to be 87.34 if you happen to find yourself on a rebound. And I'm going to go with the 50% mark here, folks. That is 86.67. So I'll retract what I said. You are at cost basis. So look for a bounce. And what you're going to be trying to do, I assume, on the 15-minute is you're going to be trying to basically take these structures right here. And it looks like $87 is an area you could be seeing a rebound. But I especially like this 87.12. And then a cost basis stands, y'all. 87.37 is cost basis for Disney. So if that breaks to the upside, if you bounce, right, tomorrow, I would say that a good mark to look for a long on Disney is above 86.85. All right, what's next? Let's see. I got AMD. Where did I? No, Oracle. Sorry, I made a promise. All right, weekly hot dog shit. All right. Looks like my little trend there is playing out. Interesting. All right, clone. That's money, dude. All right, so you got a lot. Let's see. There's a wall. The floor. 4 hour. I want more data here, my friend. Ooh, what is this nightmare of a trade here? Alright, we're going to go from support. That's going to give us a baseline. We're going to go here. What the f is really going on? Oh, that is an inverse head and shoulders. That is one of the few patterns that I do recognize. If I'll kiss you, if you do Netflix, open mouth, or like what's going on here, dude? No, I'm just kidding. No kiss necessary. Thank you, though. I do appreciate that warm gesture. All right, so that is, I think, cost basis. And the wall is here. That is sellers. Sellers control the price at 120. Okay. Okay. So we're going to move that up to 120. So that makes cost basis 118. That is a you basically grab structure again, right? So you've maintained your structure here. You're at cost basis. And I believe on the lower time frame, you're actually going to be able to nail another cost basis that'll launch you up and out of this, and that's going to be at 119.24. We'll verify that in just a second. And I see trend, so I see 1, 2, 3. So I see upside on Oracle, possibly up into the 123.88. This is looking pretty good. It's too early to tell, and again, we're not going to let the bias of an inverse head and shoulders ruin us, right? So I would and did see a low, right? So we did make a low outside of the box, and with that build back up, of course, above 118.23, I would be expecting a run up into that 124. But if you hold below 118, then maybe you head back down to support, or you're probably going to be looking at a 7. Because there is so much volume here on Oracle, we're going to go ahead and give it our 75% mark. So you know what that is? That is your cost basis inside of a tiny fucking box. Sorry that shit gets me so amped up, but it's like this. Sometimes sometimes I feel like there's just like it's just so, it's just so automatic. It's just fucking everything that's on the higher time frame should align with the lower time frame. So let's go to the hourly. There's that pink line right there. See, I'm not going to move it. Do you see the pink line? So let's go ahead and draw. Sellers control the price there, buyers control the price there. Boom. Cost basis. Where's the rejection? Cost basis. Where are you rejecting right now? Where buyers control the price at 118.50. So what you're going to want to do is just establish yourself above that, and then use, possibly if you do build here, you can use the 75% mark at 118.91, take that through the cost basis, and then guess what? You're not only going to have that cost basis to propel you up, but you're also going to have an area above you here, right? And that might be a little bit tougher, but I see 121.31, and I see 120.86. So that's also going to be another area, right, where we're going to, that's going to be the target. So from here and here, right, that 119. What's up, long shot? Hey, my keyboard looks good. Thank you. But yeah, so a candle open 118. I'm gonna set an alert here. Set an alert. Set an alert. Right. All right. Cost basis. Right. And that's what we're going to be looking for, right? Is we're going to be looking for that cost basis to break, candle open above. We're guaranteed a new high that should be 120.36. You either reject there, so open here, break that, you will go to cost basis. Maybe you see a slight rejection. If you do, look underneath 119 bounce, move back up, right? That's going to get broken. 120 if you see puberty. If you see a rejection there, look for a build, right? And that's where we do live analysis. Cost basis again, that's where also where you can reject, right? Rejection point. Now we're also looking at the bias. The bias is bullish. This is an inverse head and shoulders on Oracle, and I'm going to assume that if it has that momentum to move to the upside. 120.85 break to the upside. I see, and we're just going at that green line, but I would be looking for, again, so now that we've established the lower time frame build up, yeah, look, I've got my 2 alerts right there, and that's going to lead us up to, I moved that wrong, that's 120.11, right? But we are looking for a new high, and so that's gonna bring me left, and that's where I'm gonna be dropping a mark, I think right here. Uh-oh, one of my children just got in big trouble. Does not sound good. and cost basis. So that is, you know what? Hold on. Yeah. So 122.15 would be my target from there. That felt fire. That felt really good. I like that a lot. So let's make sure these labels again. I don't know when I switched to pink. I just saw Barbie. Maybe that's what's doing it. AG, good day today. Vivirus, awesome, brother. I'm really glad they had a good day, man. That's beautiful. Thank you, Ash. I gotta send you like a Cash App or something. Appreciate you. Don't use my GIF. All right, never mind. I love this chart. I actually really think that you guys should have Oracle. Fuck, man. Oracle. I wrote that down. Some comments in this live were filtered to protect the community's experience. You said something yesterday that completely changed my game. What was it, man? I'd love to hear it. That's awesome. I'm seeing a lot of traders grow, man. It is everything, man. I can't describe it. It's awesome to make money, right? But there's no purpose in that, right? We're just making, obviously I want to take care of my family. I want to, you know, invest in things, but that's not life, right? Life is interacting with people, helping people, like doing something. And this it's awesome. It means a lot more than you guys think it does. It's really cool. Wedges are just channels waiting to be born. You are absolutely motherfucking correct, my friend. Scalp Tesla calls 260. Let's go, man. And I've got a lot more of that kind of stuff. And I'll just really quickly, you know, with Tesla, we're not going to leave that alone. That was a beautiful chart. But with Tesla, guys, it almost gives me like a seizure. Like I want to scream. And then like at the same time, I don't want anybody, you know, like I don't want anybody outside of who knows about it right now. Like I don't want to be popular, right? I don't want like the masses. I want to help people. And I noticed that I'm not that easy to find. And a lot of people don't even like me. You know, I don't do the typical indicators. So like the people who do find me are typically people who are ready to grind and they're looking for something different, or they've kind of looked at a lot of people and they've been like, nah, you know. So like, but this type of setup right here, where we go and we move down to the daily, right? Today we basically go and we say, all right, here's an area of consolidation. Here's a 50% mark. In that area of consolidation, the candle opens above that 257. That's step one, right? And then on top of that, right, we go to the 4 hour, and that's where we've established that we have a buyer's uptrend, right? So that's where yeah, there we go. So we can see that Tesla has still maintained higher highs. 1, 2, beautiful points of contact there. And then again, opening above cost basis. So we were looking left, this previous rejection point where we saw Tesla contained, that was no problem. That actually moved way better than I expected. And what allowed for that play, in my opinion, to work out so well was, yes, the fact that even on the hourly, folks, I mean, this stuff is, it's turning me into like a real life conspiracy theorist. You know what I mean? Like the market's just these rich people's bank accounts, and they just move things from this place to that place, and it's just leverage points. But regardless, you open up on top of cost basis inside of this area of consolidation right here on Tesla. Not only that, you bounce immediately and you break into the floor where buyers control the price. So naturally, that's where I'm like, okay, Tesla, yeah, you're likely going to go straight to cost basis. That's 264.13. That's step one, right? That's just number one. Then we move up and we look left, and what do we have? We have another area of consolidation with a cost basis mark, which it looks like we're going to open up against, which makes the first immediate target on Tesla the cost basis in this small area, which happens to also be the previous support, and that's at 174.41. So, or 45. So it's crazy how this stuff plays out. It's a beautiful. Do NIO TA again? Yes, guys. I have a lot of y'all's requests. You all's requests. All right. What's up? Really? Oh man. All right. So let's go ahead and go to KSS Coles Corporation. Brian, this is a reclaim, right? So this is where you would see, bam, 2510, beautiful, right? Now look at these other weekly candles. You see where they open up right here? That 20 looks like, what is that? 20. 26, and look, it kind of lines up with that wick. So you got a big old fat wick right there where buyers just shoot that straight up. Oh my god, that is some fucking fire ass shit. Look at that. Bam. 28, 21, 21. Never wise man. All right. I got an earbud. I just got that shit stuck in my head. All right, now let's move to the daily. So that's fire. All right, seller drop, right? Okay, seller drop, cost basis is off, floor is off, there we go. Split cost basis, this is going to be a fucking wild ride when it comes to analysis. So oops. All right, so that's going to be box 1, right? We're going to go ahead and drop that in just to see what condition we're in. All right, and then we're gonna go drop this wall here. That's cell 1, and that's cost basis. You got stacks. You've got stacks. Okay, so let's make sure this double check, right? Candle open above, right? Cost basis, rejection. Candle open above, cost basis, stop, rejection, right? Then you break new high. You also made a low off of this cost basis for the 3rd time. That's expected. Then you drop back in 1, 2, 3, 4, confirming our suspicions. Every time a candle closes below that 296.25, you bounce, you hit resistance, cost basis, no bounce, drop, floor. Then you get a little wick at 24.67. Gap up above, hold, cost basis confirmed. So I feel, now that I look at that I can accurately tell you that where you basically stopped today is cost basis. That's 26.50, that's 26.60, right? Basically in there. I say gap up tomorrow. If you gap up tomorrow, the first immediate target's not going to be all the way up there. It is going to be 27.35. 27.35 is basically going to be the 75% mark within that area. That is a perfectly accurate target, and I would expect a doji close on that one. Somebody, oh my fucking god, are you serious? So how long was I out? That sucks. My phone is dying. I didn't realize that it was not plugged in. Oh. Hold on one second, folks. My apologies. Yeah, tell me what the last thing you heard was, and I'll try to pick up from there. Because that was easy analysis. It was not as hard as I thought it was going to be. Okay, so you didn't miss much. All right, so again, this is a stacked, and you're just gonna take this one motherfucking step at a time. Okay, that's all you gotta do. And here's what I want to also explain. Okay, because this is gonna get wild. Because the reason why I just did this analysis this way is because it is literally going to be a step-by-step process. Okay, and here's what I mean by this. This is actually a whole box. That's it. And guess what this basically the wall between the two boxes is? That's 28.30, and that's honestly where I would be starting to look at $35 being the next target. And that's being, you know, obviously just kind of throwing a crack. That is the next, that would be the obvious resistance above us. And there's going to be step by step, because obviously when this breaks, you're still going to need to look at the new highs in retrospect to where you're at. There's a bunch of this is something that is probably going to take a long time. I mean, maybe not. You can see that when you do end up moving to the upside, sometimes you see clean moves here. But you are on the floor. So again, you know, focusing on just this. If a rejection happens tomorrow, then no upside, right? You get a gap up above that, then I would suspect that you're going to be looking at an immediate target of 27.50 and then a break to the upside on coal. So start from welcome to today's recap. Yeah, I am moving through the watch list here. I'm sorry, guys. I know a lot of you guys want, you know, analysis, but here's what I've learned as well from a lot of people who've watched me is that if you watch me chart, you're gonna learn things, right? And then I encourage you to go and do it yourself. Try and recap, try and do it yourself. So, all right, the next one that I see on the list was AMD. You guys can go ahead and keep dropping requests if you see something. All right, so we did talk about so everything. I have not touched this chart, and look where it bounced. Beautiful. Again, we don't make this shit up. It's just the way that it is. It's the market's mechanical. Somebody stop me. All right, so we are still bearish in a way on AMD. So this one did not participate in the market's recovery, which spooks me a little bit, but we are still at cost basis, right? So cost basis separates us from dumping really hard, right? Which is going to be 108.32. I would say that's going to be where you can start looking at well, there is a cost basis underneath you. I'm going to borrow this. There's another one at 106. So you probably end up moving straight down to 106.50. That is perfect analysis right there. Below this cost basis, that is 109.40, 109.30. I am predicting a move down to 106.38. If that is broken, I would be looking at a much lower low, maybe even as far as, honestly, I'd be looking at it's not going to stop here. It's probably going to move down here, but I would be looking at like 100 to retest potentially. So if you guys are on here with on the TikTok, make sure to tap your screen if you guys are learning anything, enjoying the stream. All right. Yeah, so in order to be bullish, you need to continue to bounce off of the cost basis, and all you need to do is you need to recover above 111.85. That's it. And I believe on the hourly, right, if we look, this thing needs a retest. Okay, it needs, I think it does need to go up. Hold on one second. I'm going to finish this analysis. Sorry, there's so much going on here, but that is just from all the old shit that I've drawn. So that is cost basis. That is our sellers, which is actually now the wall that we're sitting on currently. So realistically, it's 110.25, right in that range. We're gonna try and make sure. No, we're gonna say 110 even. Try and not close a candle below that. Now above us, where we refuse to go, is that again 117.21, 117.25, and then we've got a cost basis again, and that is at 112.35. And I think that's really all you need to do to break to the upside. And then for me, you know, honestly, I'm always looking for that, or hold on, let's see. It might be, yeah. So again, oh, that's right. We did establish that this was our support. This makes a resistance. We pull that back, right? Because this is a equal high. And we see that we're also at a support, right? Coming off of a downtrend. Now, we also know that any downtrend, in order to continue down, in order to continue down, look at that, guys. If I was making this shit up, that wouldn't happen. I didn't do anything. I just cloned that channel. Look where we bounce. Well, how do I think Tesla will do? The chart will tell me. No, you can BKD. I am literally teaching you right now. If you want any more of my time or effort outside of what I do already, which I do quite a bit, most of the education I do, actually all of the education I do is free. I am doing a workshop now, and that's going to be the last thing I do. But yeah, you don't have to buy shit from me, and you can literally go and see there's a lot of people who follow me. This is something that if you can learn it, you don't need me anymore. That's the whole point, is if you learn this, you don't need signals. You can just use this, and you can go look at my Discord, look at the gains page. There's a lot of people with no product bought, and they are making money. So 50% of any area of consolidation is going to be cost basis. Any area of consolidation, any area, 1 minute, 1 hour, weekly, doesn't matter. So I can tell you right now that looking at the fact that you're coming off of a downtrend, I would suspect that you actually possibly have a retest of I'm going to say 115.25. 115.25, and then obviously if you yeah, actually no, I wholeheartedly stand by that. I think that if you can really, I would be long on AMD above 111.35. I'm gonna set an alert on that. Yeah, I have YouTube videos on it. I am doing, and I have literally been doing this for years. I have never sold any course. I don't believe that if you haven't created it, it is not yours, and you probably shouldn't sell it. It's not your information. You didn't come up with it. Why are you selling it? That's my opinion. Obviously, you know, if you're coagulating certain things, or you've come up with your own unique way of doing something, live your fucking dreams. But this is something that I've created myself. But I'm going to be doing one class on this. I'm going to be starting from, like, if I started from scratch and mentored myself. Brokerages, charting software, psychology, choosing, and there's psychology for every single chapter. So when we get into candlesticks, what they mean to me, right? I don't do candlestick names. What are options, trend, channels, boxes, patterns, when and where, right? How to break a pattern down and look at what it really is, and not look at what it's supposed to tell you. And then the psychology behind that, economic events, earnings, building schedules, scanners, sector rotations, what is a Potter box, cost basis, everything. It's all going to be in there. Hold on 1 second. But yeah. And then whenever that's done, that'll be in the education center. So, all right. AMD looks pretty cool. So the next one that I've got, if you guys are in the Discord, go ahead and make sure that you go into the Potter's that channel and then leave a reaction. I am doing a head count to see, obviously, attendance wise, who all is going to be there. Right, that is Amazon. You're trading Nvidia, any? Right now, the watch list. So if you guys are with me, it's Baba, Disney, Target, PLTR, AMC, SMCO, Sound. I don't do gold. Wingstop, Rivian, Netflix, Apple, Logi, UPS, GM, and Ford. And if you guys, yes, Alfonso, you can check that. That is in my Discord. But you guys can, I also just had my Discord reviewed. You guys can go watch that review on my TikTok, and see what another person who honestly probably came into the Discord to roast my ass. Yeah, he just reviewed the Discord. So, anyway, I don't trade Nvidia often, but it does actually have an interesting setup. Keep holding it down for a couple of days and then let it pop. Yeah, it's gonna see a nice strong move up. All right, so we're gonna go ahead. If you guys want, you can go in the Discord and you can drop any request that you have, like Option Alpha did and Astronautical. Oh yeah, that wasn't a. But you can drop your request there. That way I can see it. The list is a little bit full, but I'm trying. A lot of these I already have a lot of analysis for, so I should be able to just kind of break it down for you pretty simply. I believe Google is also amongst. Uh-oh, trend spiders. Oh no, we're good. Okay, weekly. Where are we at? All right, struggling to hold anything, but holding still. All right, so now let's go back down to the daily. Nothing really has changed. The daily. Oh fuck, not good, but maybe good, right? Because that means that there's a possibility of a gap up. Now, let's go down to the 4 hour, because I really want to see where, again, right? If we're making this shit up, none of this shit should fucking work. Somewhere there should be a flaw, and that's just how that goes, right? So dump down, you dip into this box. So there's actually a seller's really grab control of the price at 121. It's kind of deceptive in that way. And then right here, man, let's see, buyers, sellers, cost basis 50%, and just guess where you opened up today. So again, if I was making this shit up, this shit just wouldn't fucking fly. Now I really want to find where is our floor that we want to hold or open above. Where does this stock buy, right? Where do we see buyers push up continuously? So we see a lot right here, right? But I don't see much. I just see this like nasty, weird looking wick. I don't see a lot of candle closes there. So not really what I would like to see. And then I also see a lot of rejections, right? So like right there at 122.72, we see the stock falling. So that's not going to fly either. I'm going to go back out to the daily, right? Because now we see a ton of these wicks. We need consolidation, and that's where this is going to be our best friend. So we've got the cost basis right here, right? That's where we opened up above. And so guess what? If you lose this mark, if you come off of this, if you reject tomorrow and this red candle drops down, you're going to be dropping, I would say 114 is going to be the first mark that you're going to be looking for. Now, since you're up against the wall, again, buyers are holding the price at 122. Hold on, I want to make sure this is perfect. I'm going to say 122 even. 122 even. And then in this box, what do we always have? 50%, right? Now there's a lot of consolidation within this box. So while cost basis is cost basis is cost basis, and if that breaks, we get a new high. I'm sure if we dive down back to the 4 hour, right? And we're gonna go back over here, and we're gonna go make sure that we know exactly, because if sellers control the price at the highs, right? And we know that 50% of that area, right, is where buyers and sellers decide whether they like the price. Meaning if you're coming off a support and you clear cost basis, you are going to resistance. Period. End of story. But if you come back up, right, sellers just did all of this work. That can't happen, right? Well, if we end up moving back into their average or where they liked the price, what do you think they're going to do? What do sellers do when they leave? They buy, and that's going up. And I'm not calling for that now, but there is also another area of consolidation, and this is where we've actually talked about this before. So right here to your left, right, you'll notice that there's almost like its own box, right? It almost spends too much time right here. There is a 75% mark there. We can zoom in. It's not just made up, folks. Look, no candles closing. Candle opens above, 50% mark, guaranteed, right? Same thing. It doesn't matter. You hit resistance, you close below cost basis, you go to support. That's just how that goes. So what we're looking for is we're looking for this to move basically just a little bit higher, gap up into the 122, and then I mean, you could break this down even further, but because there is so much volume on Google, and it is not, it's going to move faster up this time, but yeah, my first target would be 123.35. Now, the second thing, what do we? Those of you guys in the Discord, they have earnings tomorrow. I hate when I do analysis and then I find out some bullshit like that. All right, you're rolling into, okay, so let me tell you this really simple. You're rolling into earnings with relatively high short volume, so I can promise you this. If Google does well, rip ass, right? We're gonna move to the upside. I also can tell you that if you do break cost basis at 124 after earnings, you will see a new high. If it holds that high, right? It doesn't mean it holds the high. But if you see price move above 124.50, it's gonna go make a new high. That's just how the mechanical nature of this works. Now okay, guys, hold on. We might do some freaky shit right here. Pause. But hear me out. Hear me out. Doesn't make it any better. All right, so check this out. What do we always look for? Those of you who are in my Discord, what do we look for, right? When trend changes, which realistically, Google is still very much in an uptrend. But when trend changes, right, and it usually opens up some sort of mouth. How many times have we been right about this? Too many times to count. So my earnings prediction, I'm gonna give it to you right now, and if I'm right, I don't know. Send me the tastiest bag of chips from your local gas station. I am predicting a move to 135. 135, maybe closing or opening around 133, 132. That's on good earnings. If Google shits the bed and does real bad, I would assume a bearish open will be below 105 or 106, and a bullish, if you still do shitty but you're able to bounce, it should be above that 106 mark. So what broker? Well, this is a charting software, and this is a Trend Spider. So water. All right, so now before we get too wild, right, we have to remember that we're still working with this, right? It's not bad, it's good, because now we know that the same levels that we're looking to break, look, watch this, you ready? It's all gonna line up here. So that cost basis mark right here, look where that's at. What is that? That is a super duper, extra duper fucking confluence, man. So yeah, if Google breaks that 124, I say 135, easy. 135 is my prediction, and I'm gonna clip that possibly so I can gloat about it. Earnings is what, tomorrow morning? If it's an after hours, I'll probably take a little straddle on it. MMM is also one that I'm interested too. Amazon, let's do Amazon. All right, Amazon, that's fucked up. All right, so lots of bad things happened to Amazon down here. What did they do? Did they have earnings? Oh, you know what? Their turmoil is likely over. Hold on, let's see. Yeah, hold on. Earnings is right here. You know what? They did that huge fucking random sale. They did that shit to prop up earnings. They did that shit to prop up earnings. 153. 153. Hold on. Let me make sure the vibe is right. So what if I just do that? That's too crazy. Okay, so let's do this. I'm gonna find that. Alright, hold on one second. I want to make sure this is perfect, because I might be able to do a solid price prediction on Amazon as well. So that's trend 1. So we're gonna clone that, and we're gonna drop that up, and there's trend 2. And where did that line up at? That's perfect. It lines right up on those wicks. And then I drop the second one. The only thing I'm trying to find out right now is where this open mouth is going to be, and it looks like I was right. Okay, so that's it. Done. This will be posted on YouTube, so you will be able to find this on YouTube. Starting from the lows, move back up. We're going to go ahead and drop it there. That's what we like. That lines up pretty fucking nice. Yep, I will say that's pretty solid. You could be looking for a bounce off of 126. So earnings for Amazon, if you don't do well, 117. If you do well, actually, I could actually say that maybe it might be 106. But if you do well, I think Amazon is probably going to end up at 145. It looks like it wants to pull off an inverse head and shoulders, right? So like it might shoot up and then just dump on fucking earnings or something. But I say 153. I say 153. Yeah, lots of videos. Here, let me go ahead and just like pull it up. YouTube. The link is in my bio. You should be able to find it there. My channel. Nope. Okay. Pushing buttons. Your channel. My channel. Videos. So let's see. Do I have it in the playlist? No, I don't. I'll have to make a playlist for it. But it is in the videos here. You can literally go and look at some of the trades that we've taken. This one, it's also posted in my Discord. Most all of the trades that we've taken are fucking the same thing. It's the same strategy. So you can watch the recap videos. But yeah, Potterbox strategy is right here. I can share that. Copy. And you know what? No, I'm not going to do that. I'll post it in the Potter chat of the Discord. There you go. All right. Let's keep it going. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes. All right. So the next one. So Amazon going into earnings. Obviously, we don't want to be fucking try and be geniuses here. It does look like. See, the candle control is there. See, this is a deceptive box. It is deceptive because there's wicks there. They don't line up. That's the wall. You're at cost basis now. You're at cost basis now. Apocalypse now. All right, so then we've got a box directly underneath you, and guess where the fuck you bounce off of on that one? That's cost basis as well, because cost basis rules everything around it. All right, you got a wall right there at 124, and let's go take a peek at what your, yeah, okay, so I don't know. Yeah, they're gonna need to do something pretty crazy. So, doesn't look like the most exciting earnings setup. So you actually rejected a I haven't touched this chart, but 134, 135. You rejected that above you. That is your cost basis. And then there's a 141.76. But yeah, I would honestly, for some reason, I feel like this thing's gonna fucking dump or even gap up to like 147 or 145, and then see a fucking gnarly dump down. But again, that is a feeling. We trade price. Price tells me at the moment that you're still in an uptrend, and I would be focused on that alone and focused on the trend at hand, which is right. We're gonna go ahead and just drop that. So that's just a lower time frame channel. Hold on 1 second. Stupid. Sorry guys, I'm really bad at looking at the comments while I'm charting because like I'm kind of in the zone. No, fuck that, I'm wrong. Yes, that's the best. So yeah, limited upside, honestly, unless we get that extra deviation, like I said. And if we do, then yeah, I could be looking. You could be looking at targets very close to 150, 153. So. All right, Nvidia, let's see, hold on, what was next? So we had, I'm trying to make it through. I'm probably not going to get to all of them, guys. I try and do these as often as possible. Yesterday, Sunday. I actually gave my analysis for this. I think on a lower time frame as well. Yes, 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 yes. And this morning I actually gave the signal for a couple of people. A couple of people caught it, but I said the cost basis fire right there, that you were basically going to be looking for a break above 94.28, and you did get a cost basis break today, and you did get a new high. So that's number one. Now, yo, I am stupid hungry right now. I do not know what just hit me, but I am ravenous. Okay, so this trend is either about to end, right? And we're going to be looking back up. This is also, let's see, hold on. So let's look at this objectively. And I'm going to go back to the daily because I need that. All right. So daily tells me that a candle closing underneath, right, 92.72 at this point is ultimately going to be bearish. We also see that our rejection point today was also an area where sellers control the price. Here and here. Directly above you in this area there, that is cost basis at $100.75. There is going to be a cost basis as well in this area, and I'm going to assume, just by looking at the price, that that's probably going to be around $95. Yes, sir. Then I'm going to go down to the 4 hour. I'm going to verify everything I just said. Cost basis. Yep, 80 candle underneath. Low candle under there. Okay, so I would say at the moment that for sure you're going to want to avoid going underneath 95.50. That is kind of done with. And I would love to see 97.87 broken to the upside for a move to $99 and runners into 99.75. Hold on a second. So it's almost like you have your own. So again, yeah, okay. Higher time frame fails us a little bit. Lower time frame clears it up. So the cost basis is 99.30. So a break of 99.30 promises you a new high. I'm going to go ahead and say that that's probably going to be around 105, which is a... Oh, there's a gap above you. Yeah, fuck that. 108. I would be aiming for 108 to go and fill that gap there to the upside. So honestly, really nice move to the upside today. But I would be sure that you open or claim 97.84. If you open up against that, that's no good. If you open up below and you bounce off of something and then break it, that's totally fine. Okay, so if you haven't learned my strategy, again, if you guys are here, you are the only people who are learning this strategy. Okay, this is not in a book. This is not in a fucking Investopedia. It's not online. I'm the only person who calls what I call, like, cost basis is cost basis for me. In any area of consolidation where you're able to establish that sellers control the price, right? And we'd like to establish multiple points of contact in that. And buyers control the price. At a 50% mark, there's going to be what's called a cost basis. Cost basis is basically just where it's the auction house. It's where buyers and sellers decide whether they like the price. So if you bounce off of your floor, right? And I got these reversed, they're all fucked up, but buyers are here, cost basis is there, right? And sellers are there. And so what I know, okay, this is something I know. I know that when a support is claimed, right? And so we lost this, right? We fell out of it. We see two rejections off of cost basis showing that sellers like the price. You see a fat dump after that. So if you're running back up and you reclaim 97.75, you break your cost basis at 99.30, 99.40, you will always go and make a new high. You will always go and make a new high. I have used this. I have shown people, there's been some OGs in the Discord. There's even some new people who have been watching me for a long time. And they know, we know this works. We just came off of one of the biggest plays of the year using the exact same analysis. And we talked about the same things, establishing downtrend, right? Establishing the overall trend, right? And then areas of consolidation where we can find where buyers, look, buyers control the price. So equilibrium, well, I think what it implies, you know, for me, you can name it whatever you would like. For me and my strategy, what it means is basically where buyers, it is where buyers and sellers decide whether they like the price. So if you can't open up above something, or I can't open up above a cost basis, that means that sellers like that price. And if they so the concept behind a punchback, which guarantees a new high, is that you lose support, right? Reclaim support here, and then we're looking for the cost basis break on the daily to lead us into another area of consolidation here, where sellers control the price, buyers control the price. That's our new high that is promised. So since that's our new high that's promised, we're getting another high? Yeah, that's exactly what we're promised. So then we go look at this fucking massive area of consolidation, right? And we find ourselves with a cost basis right here at 137, right? And that just happened to be where you rejected and then dropped back into this box and broke down for a punchback. So the same concept applies, which is why we got such a fucking extraordinary run, which is why when we came back down, that's where we bounced and ripped to the upside, right? And then, hold up, if this shit wasn't true, it just wouldn't keep repeating itself, right? So again, a buyer, sorry, buyers, fuck you, little line. Buyers are actually right here. Okay, we'll put sellers right there. Cost basis is here, right? So when people ask me, why did this do this? It's not a hard question for me to answer. It's not hard to know why a stock didn't go past a certain mark. Let's go left. Ready, ready, ready? What the fuck? I'm trying to learn ICT and SMT. So I will give you my honest opinion on that, and I want you to be successful. I swear to God. If that's what it means for you to be successful, fine. Most human beings, okay, and we're not trying to be the exception here. We're trying to be profitable, because even just being a little bit profitable in the stock market is pretty fucking good. But they're looking at 3-minute moves. Knowing what I know would be an injustice, right, to the strategy that I've created. If I know that new highs and these triggers, right? So we're looking at Pfizer, right? We're looking at Pfizer right now. We just took Pfizer the other day off of the same concept. Box, buyers, cost basis break, new high. 50% mark in between those two, that's cost basis again. And then once that breaks, we're looking for our next cost basis, which is going to be around 38.85. But ultimately, we're also looking at this on the weekly, right? Where we can potentially see not one, but a multitude of cost basis breaks, which I mean, this is wild, because this is where the shit just becomes like, again, silver hat. So check this out. Look, you've got an area of consolidation, sellers, buyers, right at the bottom. Now look at this. You've got a really, really tight area on the weekly of consolidation here. That has a cost basis, because it is not just the weekly, it is any area of consolidation. 1 minute, weekly, doesn't matter. So what I can look at is I can say, all right, right here at that 39.35, first of all, we need to reclaim the floor. That's step one. So that's our first target, which is 38.75. We just want to get above that. We don't care about anything else right now. Once we get above that, then that's our new stop loss, because once you reclaim a support, you don't want to lose it. And our next target is cost basis. Not to take profit, but to add. Because when cost basis breaks, we're promised a new high, right? And we have a gap to fill at $43.25, which just also happens to be a area that if you gap up above, bam, right? Buyers live here. Look, the first fucking candle. So it's if this, then that. So if this, fills the gap, and this is the only question, because once we get our asses above 38.80 and we break our cost basis at 39.50 in this lower gap, we're not really looking, that promises us a new high. That breaks the overall area of consolidation's cost basis. That sends us, again, we're not looking at the 41.50. We're looking at the next target, which there will be a 50% mark, so I shouldn't get a little bit overeager here, but the next one's going to be 42, and that's not a cost basis. That's just a support level. That's 42.21. But that's where we would want to go ahead and push up, make that new high, settle there, fill the gap, we'll do whatever the fuck we need to do, and then we're looking to go and touch $46.50. So, all right, I'm going to read comments for... No. Channels and trend lines are not the same, Mr. H. Absolutely not. I could argue that with you all day. Trend lines can be changed. So let's explore that theory really quick, because I'm getting off the topic of taking your guys' request, and now I'm just kind of teaching. So let's draw trend lines, right? Trend line. Well, that doesn't fucking work. All right, let's do another one, right? Well, I don't know. Let's where do you start a trend line? Because normally we're gonna have to be on crack to make it make sense. See, okay, we can't really line it up there, because then what about these? That doesn't make any sense. Here, let's just do this. There we go. Trends. That's a fucking trend line. Those are trend lines. This, okay, what I'm using, standard deviation, channels, that is control. Okay, it's much different. So when we go down to the hourly here, and we have if you have an uptrend, if you are in an uptrend, you have control. And you can use this basically the same way that you use a horizontal box, where you have a 50% mark that decides whether buyers and sellers like the price. And typically you're going to find confluences in between the two. So below, right, above, but we typically just use that to look for confluences. So the reason why Pfizer's target was around 37.68 was because that was the top end. And now, remember I told you guys to get ready for a pullback? Now we're looking at a cost basis tap of 37.29, which just happens to be in confluence with that trend, which just also happens to be in confluence with this floor over here. Again, it's all mechanical and the cost basis. So guess where we're at right now? Just slightly above 37.50, which just happens to be your support. So again, you know, cordially, I would love to argue it. Nah, dude, I'm gonna teach you, Jerson. I'm gonna teach you. And again, here, let's just explore the. Again, if you want my time and energy outside of what I'm doing right now, I don't think that, you know, a lot of you may. I would assume that if you're already on the grind, you probably don't. Now I'm gonna leave probably by the end of the year, and all the information that I put out there will be out there, and I'm sure with that you can do well. But when I look like at my Discord and I look at some of these people who that dude's not a member, he just made 100% using TTI, right? He's obviously signaling in our group. One of my favorites, and he's a homeboy farmer, right here, one of my favorite testimonies. But literally, you guys, that is not a member. He has no role in my Discord. No role. You want to hang out? Hang out. You want to be a part of a group? Maybe you have an extra level of accountability. I trust my strategy wholeheartedly. I wouldn't be on here talking as much shit if I didn't. And so if you feel like you need the extra help, I can offer that. And those of you who speak up in the Discord get the help that you need, and we've seen big progress. A lot of you are doing this on your own. All you do is ask me for a bit of analysis, like right now, and then we keep it moving. All right, so let's go. And then most of the time, again, in live trading, I'm narrating everything. So, you know, it's while the signals are there, it's still on you to understand what's going on. So it requires that you learn. And the goal is for you to leave. So, Texas man, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, and a lot of times, if you're in the Discord, I'll just open up the Discord for no reason. I just wake up some mornings and I'm like, let's fucking bust this thing wide open. I feel like it's going to be a good day. And it has actually. I think almost both of the days that we opened it up, it was a good day. So, all right, I'm gonna get back on track with the request. Enough loading. But again, I do fucking trust this, guys. It's just, it gives me a seizure. I can hardly stand myself sometimes because I'm like, why am I not putting $1 million into every play that I take? All right. Oh god. I did that already. Target is the next one. AMD. I already did AMD, and if you guys are interested, on my YouTube channel, I will post this tonight. This is Sunday, so if you guys want to go and look at how my analysis worked out, you can go and watch that. Oh, that's 3 months ago. Never mind. But you can. I don't know why I don't use that that thing more often. But there you go, right here. You can watch that one. But I will be posting the analysis from right now on YouTube, so you can catch this later on if you're not able. There's going to be AMD. You can scroll right through. You can see the name. All right, so I talked about not shorting Target because we don't short shit that has already done its job, right? We don't short shit that has hit major key levels below us, which again, we need to go up, and we need to give sellers the opportunity to drive this back down. So the weekly, not much has changed from when I last gave you your analysis. All right, so now we have a higher high, which means what are we looking for, folks? A mouth. Suspect, but that's just what it's called. So we need to look for a mouth, right? All right, I don't know what the fuck that is. There we go. And look at the candle close. No candle close. That's our floor. That is gross. Get that green line out of there. That is our... Ooh, nope, wrong one. So buyers are here on Target. You have been here. Yeah, I don't know how you're not going to go up, because this is the 4th time. Sellers are clearly uncomfortable, and they did try to drive it down again, and they couldn't fucking do it. They couldn't do it. So, since it, what have we done? Make $1,000 right now. Sensei, I'm gonna mute you. I think that'll do. Let's do 5 minutes. All right, you be a good boy. All right, now the next one, and that's on Gorsh. All right, floor cost basis. Come here, you little shit. Right here, bam. Cost basis is 133.18. Candle open above resistance, rejection below support, above resistance. Now lower time frame, 4 hour. Ooh, hold on. Back to the daily. Slow down. Back to, you have to have regular hours on. I can't do this without it. All right, so we did talk about the second deviation, right? I deleted that channel the last time. That is right here. We're gonna go ahead and do this, right? So what is always the most powerful? When a channel is reclaimed. So we're gonna go ahead and clone the channel. We're gonna drop it down there. One of the reasons I'm a little suspect on that one. All right, we're gonna leave that like that. All right, look left. Buyers are here, clearly, right? That's not hard to find. The candle close is at 141 though, which has to be done. You have to close above that, and that's just on the daily. Now back down to the 4 hour. All right, so to chop this up a little bit more, now we can see kind of where we, a little bit of structure, and this is what I trade off of, everybody, right here. This is it, this itty bitty motherfucking box. Check this out. So sellers control there, buyers control there. Guess what? Cost basis is true here. Why? Why? How? How could that be? You just did that on the weekly. That can't be. It is. Look, wick, candle close. You hit resistance. You close underneath. You make a new low. Because you punch back in. All right, so let's go to the hourly. Honestly, I could probably find an intermediate level there. Now, we're gonna go and re-solidify a lower time frame box. And I apologize, it's not color coded. All right, now where is price? Price is here. So there's a big fat imbalance, right? Big fat imbalance. There's a wick right here. That is 137. That is really, really close. That is basically going to be your 50% mark in this area of consolidation. I thought you were holding a baby. That is clothing. My future? Hell nah. Slow down. No ma'am. Alright. Fertile, I am not. Pfizer, we're actually long on Pfizer. Lots of analysis. I don't know why I'm trying to say throw ass in my analysis. That's why. Alright, so as of right now, and you have made a new high. So if you do not want to drop any lower, so stop losses below me would honestly be at 135.60, but most definitely at 133.70 for absolute fucking sure. I don't know, you know, obviously within a reasonable expiration, but I do believe that if you can bounce off of this 135, you could be looking at a strong move into that is the 50% mark. I'd be looking at 137.25 immediately. That is my first target to the upside. But when I would look at the weekly, personally, I would be looking for just a simple retest of the box above. You've got 138.82, but this right here is 141.26, like I said, below. So definitely like and target to give you a little bit of a retest there. Can I do NAS? I did it a long time ago, and it's not good for my health. Nitrous, right? Oh, sorry. Snow, please. All right. If you guys have a request, and it is 8 o'clock. I have to go put my kids to bed because that's important. If you would like to join me, I don't mind hopping back on. But in the meantime, if you will go into the Discord, drop your request in the Discord. Just one. I will go ahead and hop back on. I will stop the recording now, and I'll go ahead and upload it to YouTube. And I have done quite a few stocks here already, but we'll continue moving down the list. Yeah, that doesn't work. But the link in my bio, if the link in the bio doesn't work, then you can just give up. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I'm sorry. You can copy and paste it into your browser, and then you do it that way. So. Sorry. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. I will be back. I'm going to WWE slam the kids into bed. And yeah. Thank you guys. All of the analysis that I just posted, I will post those charts in the Discord as well. See you guys in a minute. Give it like 30 seconds. Delay. I'll be right back. 15 minutes. 20 minutes, and I'll be back. But not for long. Alright, yeah. Potter chat. Drop it in the Potter chat. I'll go ahead and alert everybody. Potter chat. Drop it here. Alright. Gang gang. See you guys in a minute. Nice.